Hi everybody, it's me Jill and welcome to Jill Informed. This is the recap of The Real Housewives of New Jersey, Season 9, Episode 14, Heroines in Heels. All right, we are delightfully starting this episode where we left off last week. We are recapping the end of that episode right after Margaret tosses the red wine at Danielle and storms off. And now Melissa and Teresa are kind of getting into it with each other. Melissa is saying, "Why are you so against Margaret? What is going on with you?" And then Teresa is yelling back at Melissa because she went after her husband and then she said bad things about Danielle. And this is just like the third strike. And then Jennifer goes, "Thank you." So we get to see that again. Oh my God, I love her so much. I mean, listen, I don't agree with her, but she's so much more entertaining than Danielle. Danielle is just a wet blanket. She's just like a dark cloud. And Jennifer is like funny crazy. So we go over Jennifer breaking the glass and if I threw something at you, you'd know it. And she's like gesturing with the broken wine glass. You know, she's like so street tough when she's got tequila in her. And apparently she brings out the street tough Jersey girl in Melissa because Melissa, that was, oh no, you do not shake a jagged stem of a glass at me. So Melissa's like, that's it. She comes around the other side of the table. You got the wrong girl. I'm telling you that right now. And she gets all up in her face, and Jennifer does not back down. She's all up in her face, and she goes, "You want to get in my face? Come on, baby." They're nuts. Melissa goes, Jennifer, I'm telling you, you got the wrong girl. But she does just walk away, so maybe Jennifer had the right girl. Just saying, I don't think as tough as they act, I don't think any of these ladies really wants to come to blows. And for sure, they don't want to do it on television, right? Because then you get to see how the sausage is made. Hair pieces will go flying and, Spanx get exposed, It's not pretty. And I'm pretty sure all the ladies would be in agreement that none of them want that to happen. And again, like I said, the production crew, they are just front and center on camera. Nobody's trying to avoid being seen at this point. They are just right up in between the ladies. When Melissa stalks off now, the woman that was helping out, she's following Melissa. And that big bodyguard looking guy is eyeballing Jennifer to make sure she's not going to do something crazy. It's so fun. Teresa now goes walking off, and I don't know if she's going after Melissa or not at this point. So now the only people left at the dining table is Danielle, Dolores, and Jennifer. And again, Dolores cracks me up. Now she's just like the mom who is cleaning up after the kids had a wild party, and she's picking up broken glass, and she said, "Jennifer, you should have gotten your ass kicked for breaking that glass. Who do you think you are?" Jennifer, "I'm someone who's not going to take from someone else. That's who I am." And now somehow Danielle is getting in between Dolores and Jennifer. Okay, come on, Jen. Leave her alone. Just walk away. It is Dolores who ends up walking away before she ends up doing something she'll regret. We cut over to where Jackie and Margaret are sitting and talking. At the end of the day, I think the thing that bothers Margaret the most about this whole thing is that Teresa didn't have her back. To Margaret, I think she sees Teresa as definitely taking Danielle's side over hers, and she's hurt by that. Now we see Teresa, who was actually going after Melissa, and she's like, Melissa, wait up. And Melissa turns around, and she's fired up, man, and she's like, What are you doing here? Go with them. You're on their side. Teresa, "You're my sister-in-law." Then Dolores comes up ranting about Jennifer. "Teresa, that girl is crazy. Side note, that boob tape is working overtime on her dress because she's moving all over the place and we have not seen a nip slip so far. Also, I kind of like her dress. I think it's beautiful, but I would like it better if it went all the way to the ground. Anyway, Teresa acts confused. I don't even know what happened. And Dolores is like, did you not see her break a glass? And Teresa's like, Jennifer shouldn't have broken a glass, but Margaret said some really vile things. Oh my God. I just want to shake her so bad. You know, Teresa, let's say that's true. Let's play devil's advocate and say that Margaret did say something so vile that it warranted Jennifer breaking a glass and holding up the jagged edges of it and pointing that at somebody. Okay, explain to me why Jennifer did that 10 minutes after Margaret left. Margaret was nowhere around. She broke that glass and shook it at Melissa. So explain that, Teresa. Anyway, Teresa leaves, presumably to go find Jennifer and Danielle. And Melissa and Dolores go find Margaret and Jackie, and they kind of fill them in on everything that happened after they left the table. Cut back to Teresa going back to the table, and Danielle goes, I would never throw red wine at Margaret Josephs. Oh God, Danielle, this is so not about you. Sorry. It was really mean of her to say, but Margaret was right. You're kind of irrelevant. But she tries, man. She is trying to make this whole big fight about Margaret being mean to her. And nobody cares about that. Teresa says to Jennifer, what happened? Why did you break a glass? And this, you guys, is why I love Jennifer. She doesn't know. That's her response is, maybe it was out of line. Maybe I was just lashing out. I don't know. Anyway, so everyone decides to go to bed, and Margaret, Melissa, and Jackie go to their room. They order room service, and Melissa says she's not hungry, and she's concerned about how this division of, the two groups of women is affecting her and Teresa because she's working so hard at their relationship. It's not about her and Teresa, but she's afraid that Teresa's mad at her or something. I don't know. It's stupid because if I were Melissa, I would let her go. Teresa does not have your back. Do not forget how this whole season started with her going after you for not making your husband see his father. And if she were my sister-in-law, I would just consider that I tried hard enough and, I'm done. Anyway, Melissa and Teresa meet downstairs at one of the tables by the pool. Melissa wants to make sure that they're cool. And Teresa's like, yeah, I'm not mad at you. Melissa said, I don't like when Jennifer drinks. She thinks she's the fun kind of drunk. She's not. Wrong. She's fun for us. At least she's entertaining. So Teresa, I think she's trying to make the point that Margaret doesn't drink. And because of that, when she says these mean, vile things, she doesn't have the excuse of alcohol to fall back on. I think that was kind of the point Teresa was trying to make. That maybe at least Jennifer's excuse could be that she was drunk. I don't know. So Teresa said, and she threw red wine at Danielle. And Melissa said she threw the wine at her because she was talking about her kids. Come on, Teresa. We have always said that children and parents and husbands are off limits. And listen, don't take this as a defense of Danielle Staub, but Danielle bringing up her children, I'm kind of a stickler for this. She wasn't attacking Margaret's children. She was attacking Margaret. I think it's important to make that distinction because it gets lost in the translation. Somehow, at the end of the day, people think Danielle went after Margaret's children, and I don't think she went after them. She went after Margaret. But again, I'm not defending her saying it at all. However, Jennifer went after Margaret's mother. And right or wrong, if Margaret or anybody came after No-No, oh no, there'd be hell to pay. Teresa would kill them. She would kill them. So the hypocrisy is insane. That's why I want to shake her so bad. Anyway, what we really discover here is that Teresa got triggered by the fact that Margaret threw out into the universe that Bill was cheating on Jennifer without having any proof or anything, because that's what happened to Teresa. Margaret did apologize as soon as Jennifer came back to the table. So anyway, Melissa said to Teresa, well, you've been hanging out with Danielle and she's been in your ear this whole time. I just think maybe when we get back to New Jersey, you should talk to Margaret. Next, we are back in New Jersey and we're at Margaret's house and her mom is there and Lexi, of course, and they are talking about the Hospital Heroes event. She's getting all ready for that again. But Margaret, to the confession cam, reveals that she found out that there was somebody else who had the exact same idea and they've already been working diligently to create these hospital gowns for sick children. Her name is Summer Jeremy, I think. And she contacted her, and she and Margaret are now teaming up to have these type of hospital gowns in every children's hospital across the country. So the fashion show is going to be held at Prince George Ballroom in New York City. I can only assume that Space Events had a previous booking. Maybe it was a combo bachelorette listening party, but this is not going to be at Space Events, unfortunately. Anyway, now Margaret is telling Lexi and her mom about the Cabo trip. And she said, Jennifer, when she drinks, is terrible. And she said some horrible things. And she said things about my mother. And Marge Sr.'s like, oh, really? And she's like, I kid you not. And then she recycles that Mexicoma joke that she told on the trip. A joke that now I know was not even hers to tell in the first place. It was from Sex and the City. Come on, Margaret, you're better than that. After she tells her mother that Jennifer said bad things about her, Margaret goes, but it's all good. We're made up now. Oh, how nice for you. Poor Marge Sr. She's probably thinking, I'm glad you two made up, but it was me that she said mean things about. Anyway, now we cut over to Melissa and Joe Gorga's house, and Melissa is telling Joe the story of the Cabo trip. She said, Jennifer, when she drinks, is like another person. Cut over to Jennifer's house. She's fixing the dinner for the kids, and Bill walks in. He's not only late, but he still has work to do, so he goes into his office, and Jennifer brings his dinner to him. Oh my God, you guys. Tell me that Bill's office is not decorated for a vampire. It is like ornate and goth, and it's black and silver and plush, and it could be from the set of True Blood. There's a skull on his desk and the candle burning, and I love it. Anyway, Jennifer starts to tell Bill about the Cabo trip. Margaret and I had a bit of a rocky start. We both said some things that were below the belt. And then Margaret talked about cheating. She said, your husband probably goes to the pool house to be with his girlfriend. And we cut to Bill's face. And there's like this pause, and then he just bursts into laughter. And then he goes, do I need to have a conversation with her regarding that comment? And Jennifer's like, oh, please don't. We're over it now. Yeah, you are. And why don't you tell him that she immediately apologized and said that she doesn't have any proof? She just said that to hurt you because you went after her mom. I mean, finish explaining things. None of the ladies ever fully explain things, and that's why there's so much misunderstanding. And I don't know, maybe that's the whole point. Maybe I'm missing the whole point. Anyway, she says, yeah, we're fine. We squashed that, but it's the last night that I wanted to talk to you about. Now we're cutting back and forth between Melissa telling Joe and Jennifer telling Bill. We're over at Melissa's, and Melissa's doing that like snorting bull face that Jennifer did. And Joe blames Danielle. He says she's poisoned. She's the Black Widow of New Jersey. Back to Jennifer and Bill. Jennifer says, Bill, I don't know what came over me. There was a champagne flute there, and I just picked it up and smashed it on the end of the table. And I held it up to Melissa, and I said, listen, bitch, if I threw a glass, you'd know it. Cut to Bill's face. And he looks equally terrified and, dare I say, slightly turned on. Like, maybe this is the Jennifer that he knows and loves. You know what I'm saying? So Jennifer goes, "Are you mad?" This is the dichotomy of Jennifer. On the one hand, you've got this badass bitch who takes no prisoners and gets right up in your face and will not back down from a fight. And on the other hand, this little wifey who asks for permission and is afraid that her husband's going to be mad at her. It's personally what I find so fascinating about her. It's also what I base my little parodies on in the beginning of my videos. These two extremes of her personality, you know? I'm so intrigued by her and entertained. So Bill said, "Well, I'm not mad, but I do think you were wrong." Side note, am I the only one who finds Bill slightly attractive right now? Maybe it's his calm demeanor or his little smirky smile. I don't know. Maybe it's just seeing him in his natural habitat. His little room that looks like the lining of a coffin. I don't know, he just seems more animated to me. Jennifer goes on to say, "So next we have Margaret's charity event and all the ladies are going, so I would love for you to join me if you're free." And Bill said, "I do love a charity event, but work. But I also love making money." Next, we are at Dolores and Frank's house, and Frank brings up what Teresa had said to him at the gym and asks Dolores if she thinks that he's holding her back from moving forward in her life. And she said, "Honestly, I don't know. This is my safe space. You're my safe place." And he said, "Well, I'm always going to be your safe place. But you have to promise me, Dolores, that if you ever feel like I'm holding you back, you'll let me know. Because if it means I have to move out, I'll do it in a heartbeat just so you're happy." Side note, Dolores looks great right here. She looks 10 years younger. These women all look so much better without all that makeup. Next, we have Margaret and Teresa meeting for snacks. Teresa starts with the cheating husband comment and telling Margaret how that triggered something for her and that's just not cool putting that out there. And Margaret said, "I apologized right away. I was just trying to hurt her." So then Teresa goes, "You know, sometimes when we're mad, we say stupid things. But I don't like how you just dropped Danielle." Pick a lane, Teresa. I thought you were really mad about the comment about the cheating husband. Now you're acting like the thing you're really mad about is that she dropped Danielle. Why? Why do you care? So Margaret starts to tell her why she dropped her after her wedding. "It was really a series of things prior to her wedding. Like, I tell her I'm going to Dolores's hatchet event." This cracked me up. A hatchet event. Everything's an event. "So I told her I was going to Dolores's hatchet event. And she mentioned, 'What do you have in common with Dolores? Because you cheated on your husband and she got cheated on? When she's upset or wants to get in the middle of a relationship, she will make up a story or a lie. You do see that she wants to divide the group, don't you, Teresa?'" So Teresa ends up saying, "Okay, so here's the thing. Danielle has never done anything to me, but you haven't done anything to me either." And Margaret's like, "Never, Teresa. So I don't want to choose sides." So anyway, Margaret ends up saying, "I'm not asking you to not be her friend anymore. That's fine." She makes sure Teresa's still coming to the charity event, and she is. I don't know if it will be as good as the hatchet event was, but Teresa said, yeah, she's coming. So they're good. Next, we have one little scene with Jackie in this whole episode. Her husband's outside playing with the kids, and she comes out and chooses that moment outside to call her sister after 15 years. It seemed a little weird, like, why are we not filming this in the house where it would be quiet since her husband and all the kids are outside? Oh, maybe that's just me. I thought it was strange that we didn't film in the house. Anywho, she calls her sister and she answers and it's all good. They love each other. They're going to get together. Her sister wants all the kids to get together with each other. If it has been 15 years, it does seem sad to me that those cousins have never even met each other. Anyway, so all good there, I guess. All right, now it is the day of the charity event, and Margaret is bustling around. She's got her curlers in her hair and making sure everything's right. And we get to see the venue, and it is beautiful. These rooms are really pretty, and there's a little stage for the kids. It really is beautiful. I mean, not Beetlejuice beautiful, but we can't all get in space event. So we're reminded that Brett and Jan are coming, and it's the will he, won't he situation. Are they going to make up? Are they going to talk? We don't know. We also have a little weird scene at Envy where Melissa and Jackie are talking. Jackie comes in. I don't know. I thought she was going to pick out something for the charity event. And maybe she did, but that wasn't even on camera. It seemed to be primarily so that the two of them could talk about how Joe Gorga makes disparaging remarks about Melissa's career in front of their daughter and how wrong that is. And Jackie certainly agrees that you should ask him to kind of tone that down, at least in front of Antonia, because it does send a bad message. We want her to think that her dad validates her mom's career. So, good luck with that. Now the charity event is beginning and guests are starting to arrive. Jan comes with his new girlfriend, who turns out to be Margaret's husband Joe's ex-wife's best friend. What is with these people? You know how like on New York, everybody goes to the Regency and like all the women have slept with Tom and Harry? You know, widen your circle of friends, people. At one point, Margaret, Melissa, Jackie, and Dolores are in a group talking with some of the husbands, and they're talking about Cabo and Jennifer and how they don't want to be around her drinking anymore. Speak for yourself, ladies. Do not squash Tequila Jen's spirit. She is single-handedly bringing the excitement and drama to the end of this season, so you give her her due respect, ladies. Teresa arrives next, and she's eating now, and so she's happy about that. And then finally, Jennifer arrives. And Bill is with her, so he apparently got off work. Or Bravo told him, dude, next week is the finale, and you're going to have to attend one event other than your own. Oh my God. Margaret is telling the Mexicoma joke again. Stop. It's not your joke to tell in the first place. And even if it was, a joke is never funny the third time, okay? Okay, so Jennifer is on the apology tour a little bit. First, she makes sure that she and Margaret are still good. And they are. They're fine. And Margaret was thanking her and Bill for showing up. And then she wants to find Dolores. Dolores ends up accepting her apology, but then she does say that, you know, you really need to talk to Melissa. She goes up to her and she said, hey, can we talk? And Melissa's like, are you in a calm mood? And Jennifer said, totally calm, not drinking. I just want to say that I was completely out of line when I broke that glass. And Melissa's like, yeah, I feel like you kind of blacked out for a minute there. Jennifer's like, I'm totally sorry. It will never happen again, and I'm hoping that we can move on. So Melissa's going to give her another chance. Now we head over to the bro squad. The Joes, Evan, and Bill are standing around, and Joe Gorga's like, hey, Doc, listen, I don't need any work, do I? And Bill's like, you're perfect, man. I love this Bill. Joe Gorga, so that Cabo trip, huh? Crazy. And he's very pointedly looking at Bill. And Bill says, I spent 16 years making sure she was away from tequila. Okay, I'm not buying that. You spent 16 years trying to keep your wife away from tequila, and you thought it would be a good idea to reintroduce her to it on camera after 16 years? Because you know he knows exactly what's going on. I'm not buying it. And besides that, if it wasn't for tequila, her entire mark on this season would have been she spoils her children, brags about her money, and has 16 bathrooms. Tequila Jen is making up for a lot of those early sins of the season, so let's all be grateful for her. I can't be Tequila Jen's only ride or die. So now it's speech time, and here come the waterworks. Margaret gives a nice speech about how she wants to provide these superhero gowns for sick children in hospitals everywhere. And Teresa to the confession cam. This is the Margaret that I fell in love with. Anyone who has a big enough heart to put on this kind of event is a good person. Okay. The party's winding down and the ladies are all standing together. And the Chiron says that the event raised $25,000. Is it just me or does that number seem really low? Like, as I'm looking at this picture of the women, that's less than $5,000 each. And there were like 150 people at this event, I think Lexi said. So that number seems really low to me. But don't you feel like she probably spent that much on the venue and the catering alone? I don't know. We end with Jennifer saying, Margaret, this was such a great night. And everyone, don't forget, Saturday is my anniversary party. But I did invite Danielle, though. The laughter kind of dies down. Margaret looks sad. Teresa's got a little smirk on her face. And we end this episode with Jennifer saying that she hopes it will be drama-free. Spoiler alert, it won't. And now it's time to give a shout out to my new subscribers, Elisa Purisic, Shaz Farouk, Sherry Lynn, Valerie Wood, Paula G, Sharon Benimanoff, Believe 2019, Kay Robinson 682, Zoe Holt, Slay Step 1, Calla Lily K, Ramona Murphy, Kimmy Aquaria 75. And a shout out to my not so new subscribers who I missed thanking before: Carol Hankinson, Honest Small World, Candace Hood, and Hairdresser. Thanks to all of you, new and old. I appreciate so much that you subscribe to my channel. It means the world to me. Thank you. Before I go, I have a quick announcement about next week. I am going to be on vacation. I know, it's the season finale. The timing is terrible. The timing is so bad because it is also the very first episode of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So, yeah. But your girl's got to get out of Chicago for a little while. I am tagging along on my husband's business trip. So the plan is that I am still going to put out very short videos next week of Vanderpump Rules, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Also, don't hold me to this, but my idea is I would like to have Vanderpump come out on Mondays as usual and New Jersey on Wednesdays as usual, but I'm going to try to do Real Housewives of Beverly Hills on Saturday so that I'm spreading out my videos a little bit. Instead of having videos Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, and either Friday or Saturday. It won't give me as much time to edit Beverly Hills, so I may change that. Like I said, don't hold me to it. But for right now, all you need to know is that next week, my plan is to just do like a 10-minute, quick and dirty, no screenshots, just hopefully hitting all the high points of the episode while I'm on vacation, okay? So bear with me, and then I will be back with my normal rambling on and on. All right, guys, have a great week. Please subscribe to Jill Informed if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to leave a comment down below. I read all your comments. Thank you so much. I will see you next week at 1 p.m. Central Time for the next recap of The Real Housewives of New Jersey. Bye-bye.